Welcome everyone to the Chick-Fil-A Football Coaches Show right here on the Follow Tigers Football broadcast. Tonight I am joined by head football coach Darrell Jernigan. Darrell, welcome in on the eve of the first real regular season football.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir. Glad to have you here. Before we talk about standing up, that's always exciting when stand up and you all get together. I don't know what it is about it. Kind of never fails. You played an exciting one up there as a junior. We'll talk about that later on. We'll come back to the next segment. But last week, let's talk about the preseason jamboree. Of course, we talked about that last week previewing it. Doesn't count the standings anywhere. A lot of teams played a real game, but we were fortunate to play that. Got off to a great start at Southside Selma. They did have a lot of good athletes like you told us. They really did. And 3 touchdown passes. We looked really good through the air. A rushing touchdown and a future score by Yonza. Pretty good way to get started.
Yeah, we started off pretty good, you know, and nothing else you can ask for besides that was a great start.
For sure.
Yeah, Copeland played good. You know, we play all around good. Defense moving around, playing good. And
That's the settle down.
take like a break, a 2-quarter break, and I believe that was still here and there, you know, and my but I'm looking forward to this week and get back and playing full quarters of play.
Well, you know, in that first game, that was one thing we noticed, you know, even when you're going through and running through without a defense out there, I mean, you know, we didn't have anybody jump off sides, we didn't snap. We were just really sharp in that first game.
Yeah, we didn't have any penalties. I think we had a holding penalty, and that's about it, really, the first 3 quarters. So I was pleased with that. Defense moved around, glad they ran to the ball, you know, and offense, they executed. We did pretty good. We did everything we wanted to do, we did the first 2 quarters.
Right. Well, and then you said, you know, we covered that next game between Southside and Russell County. So, you know, and I don't know, I know you guys watched the game, but from our vantage point, it seemed like they didn't play the same players. They had quite a few players that they filled out against Southside.
Yeah, Correct, like the quarterback.
Right.
He played his younger quarterback versus Southside, and he played his young running back. He also played a young running back versus us too, because the starter didn't play at all. And that's Pickett that's going to Wake Forest. He didn't play at all.
Okay.
So they did play some younger kids versus Southside 7 and then throw it in the starters versus us. But we just that game versus Russell County, special teams hurt us. We muffed 2 punts back there in special teams and kept defense on the field too much and too long. And defense played tremendously well. They were just on the field too long.
Right.
I think offense played a total of 14 plays in 2 quarters.
I had it at 12, but 14, 12, either one, that's not too much in 2 quarters.
Correct.
So, but yeah, the muff punch, you know, it's just unfortunate. You got a young guy back there probably catching punts for the first time in a varsity game. He was a 10th grader, I believe.
Yeah, correct.
We don't want to talk about his name necessarily, but I'm just saying that, you know, tough situation. And the first time we had stopped them and then give them the ball back at the 10, they punched it in. Second time we were going to get good field position, and
then we actually drove down. You know, we got to that goal line, down to the goal line, and we had a touchdown that it was dropped wide open in the end zone. That would have put us 7-14 with the momentum on our side, getting ready to go, and that kind of deflated us and took everything out. And we got stopped right there on the 1-yard line down there going for the 4th down. So
that's right. It's just tough. I mean, you know, it was a situation where it already had a good catch and run earlier, and then that was just a easy touchdown. It's just, you know, too wide open almost, you know, in that situation. So, hey, that happens, but you know what? Get all those things out of the system in that preseason game. You know, you had some things, coachable moments, I guess.
Oh, I had a lot of coachable moments. I was glad to get that on film, go back and show the guys, and just going up against someone besides ourselves, like at practice all the time, man, that was a good coachable moments. And I want to really give praise to the offensive line. They play for them to be the weak spot, if everybody say coming into this year, they played tremendously well.
I really did. I agree with you on that. We actually talked about it during the game, how, you know, starting 3 sophomores, is that right?
Correct.
And I thought that they looked really good in that game. And Russell County, I mean, their 6A opponent, they had a lot of guys out. They had a lot of enthusiasm. I mean, they were sky high. They had some gamesmanship. You could tell that game meant something to them against us.
It did. And Coach Greaves got them rolling. That's one of my good buddies right there. He got them rolling, and you know, they got it going up there right now, and they was excited. They was basically, don't want to say they're Super Bowl, but they wanted to put it on us, and they came out and played to get quarter ball control. Really kept the ball away from us, and just like I said before, kept our defense on the field.
That's
for
right.
a long period of time.
That's right. Well, last week is last week. It's in the books. It's in the past. We'll talk about tomorrow night and what we can expect when we come back. You're listening to the Eufaula Tiger Coaches Show. Actually, it's the Chick-Fil-A of Eufaula Coaches Show right here on the Eufaula Tiger Football Broadcast. We'll be back in a moment.
In sports, the goal is to be the best. The same is true for Alpha Insurance. We work to make every quote, claim, or call a highlight. That's why customers consistently give Alpha high marks for service. Call Alpha and let us help you save on home, car, and life insurance. In Eufaula, call Alpha agents Keith or Brooke Bryan at 334-687-8268 or stop by our office at 1326A South Eufaula Avenue.
Hey Tiger fans, Daniel Pulley here, your local Chick-Fil-A Eufaula owner-operator. We are so excited to be the official sponsor of the weekly Eufaula Tiger Coaches Show for the 2022 football season. Join us for the live show at Chick-fil-A Eufaula every Thursday starting at 6 p.m. Our incredible team is ready to serve you. And don't forget, eat more chicken.
And we're back. Drill, as we said, last week is in the past. We're headed forward. Only 2 teams in our region had games last week, according to what I looked at. Ozark, I guess Carroll started 0-1. They lost to Dothan, 45-19. And then Headland played Geneva and won a close game on the road at Geneva. So for all practical purposes, this is the first week of the season. I guess everybody probably will be playing this week in the region.
Yes, sir.
So, but we got Stanhope. Stanhope is still 6A. We have some history with Stanhope. This will be, I guess, the 16th meeting all time between the two schools. And tough game last year. We're going to play a little clip here in a minute from the ending of that game. But and we'll kind of talk about that. But Stanhope, I know they lost last week, and I cannot remember who they played.
Shades Valley.
Lost
13-20.
So let's talk about a little bit about what to expect from them, and then we'll kind of go further about the history.
Stanhope's a good team, well-coached team. They got some good players. They got athletes just like us all around. They led by their receiver. They got a receiver number 4. He's committed to Troy University. He's about 6'2", running 4.40. So that's one of their playmakers right there. They try to get the ball to a lot, and they do give him the ball a lot. So we got to know where he's at all times on the field. And then they got a defensive lineman. He's committed to Liberty.
Okay.
So, like I said before, they're a well-coached team, and they like to run the ball, and they can pass the ball. So it's going to be a challenge for us defensive-wise, and then offensive-wise, they got some athletes on offense that move around, and they like to play look games with the overhang and stuff like that. So it's going to be a challenge, but I think it's a challenge that we're up for.
Well, if I remember right, they had a good running back last year too. I don't know if he was a senior or not, but they had a good running back. Of course, it was a long touchdown pass. They won the game on. Was it that receiver you're speaking of that caught that?
It is. Same one.
Okay.
Same receiver. So he's back for his senior year.
Okay.
And that running back from last year is not there anymore. He actually transferred to Carver, Montgomery.
Okay.
So their backup, which he's pretty good too. So.
Okay. Well, that's one thing. Stanhope, from what I can recall, every time we play them, they're always talented. It's always a close game. So, hopefully, looking forward to a good game tomorrow night, and even up that series at 8-8 between all time between
that close,
Eufaula.
huh?
Yeah. Right now, they lead 8-7. It's that close of a series between Eufaula and Stanhope. So, but we're gonna step aside for another commercial break, and when you come back, we're gonna play a clip from the end of last year's game, and it's we could play you one. Doug and I had a highlight from
Clip that I really don't want to see.
From the 90s, same type thing where it was a close finish in Eufaula, where Eufaula had a goal line stand to stop Stanhope late in the game. Eufaula won on a walk-off pass back in 1993 in the playoffs at Stanhope. There's been a lot of these close games over the years. So, but yeah, we'll play a little bit from last year's game, and then we'll talk about that and continue to preview tomorrow night's game. We'll be back in a moment.
Hey Tiger fans, Daniel Pulley here, your local Chick-fil-A Eufaula owner-operator. We are so excited to be the official sponsor of the weekly You Follow Tiger Coaches Show for the 2022 football season. Join us for the live show at Chick-Fil-A Eufaula every Thursday starting at 6 p.m. Our incredible team is ready to serve you. And don't forget, eat more chicken.
And right now we're blowing them off the ball.
We have up until that last play, but this is what a turn of events. It was 17-3 in the third quarter, Charles, and it just looked like the game was over.
Back in the day, I was always told you're not going to win every play, but win 75% of the plays. So we're actually doing that now. So let's keep it up.
That's right. I agree.
I'm like you, keep the ball in the middle of the field. And
third down and goal here from just inside the 5-yard line. They're going to shift it over.
Shift to the left.
We shifted it to the left this time. It's a low snap, but Lewis
Get in.
he's going to go. He's going to stack up. It worked back to the middle of the field.
Short of the goal line. It's fourth down.
You got to take the field goal here. You got to try it.
Oh, well, the way our offensive line's blocking now, I know that they stacked. They got 10 guys in the box and all. I don't know, Keith. Take the 3.
You got to take the 3. This is an extra point. Then you put the pressure on them to, with 57 seconds, they've got to score. They got to get in field goal range or score a touchdown. So it's just a shame we couldn't run more time off the clock, but they did use 2 timeouts. Brando Gonzalez Morales in for his second field goal attempt of the night. There's a snap that kicks up. Kick is straight down the middle and good. So for the first time tonight, the Tigers lead, and there was actually 5 seconds went off the clock on that short field goal attempt, but it's 20-17. The Tigers lead. They've come back to 17 unanswered points for the Tigers here essentially in the fourth quarter. Yard line with 48 seconds. They have 4 wide receivers, 2 to either side. Bryant is going to throw it. He's going to throw a fade route. It's going to be intercepted. They're going to say it's out of bounds. They're saying you follow receiver intercepted the ball was out of bounds. It'll be second down and 10 with 42 seconds to go. 42 seconds to go. It is it's just another Stanhope Elmore Eufaula High
Play
football
clock's
game.
going. It's down to 7 seconds.
3 receivers to the wide side left, 1 to the right.
Go get him. Go get him. Hold it.
Holding. It's going to be incomplete. Pass is incomplete. Pierre is down to third down and 10 now with 37 seconds. It only took 5 seconds. 37 seconds to go. Third and 10.
You can watch a college game on Saturday and all the holding that goes on in those games. And that there was number 75 had a hold of Pierre. He wouldn't let go of him.
So the wide side is to the left. There's 2 receivers split out wide to the left. There's 2 receivers to the short side right. He's looking right. Bryant is going to throw it late. He throws it complete. It'll be a first down. He'll take it across the 40 to the 42-yard line. That stops the clock with 29 seconds to go. Normally, when you spot it, he's taking his dang time.
Sure he is.
28 seconds and counting. They're going to clock the ball with 24 seconds to go. At the 42-yard line of Stanhope Elmore with 24 seconds to go.
We're getting pressure on the quarter.
Second down and 10 from the 42-yard line of Stanhope Elmore. Bryant takes it. 3-man rush for Eufaula. They throw it. It's going to be complete.
Oh, no,
He breaks a tackle.
No.
He breaks a tackle. He's in the secondary. He's going to go for a touchdown. They're not going to throw a flag.
He got clipped.
Touchdown, Stanhope Elmore with 9 seconds to go. They have the ball. I didn't even notice that they recovered it.
We fumbled.
So that'll be it. They'll down it, and Tigers come up short, 24-20. Another Stanhope Elmore Eufaula finish. Crazy. The last time they played here, it was an overtime game. Tonight, it was a walk-off 58-yard touchdown pass and run. So the Tigers lose 24-20. Next week, the Tigers will be at home for the Valley High School Rams.
And we're back, Drill. Bad memories, but it seems like it's that way every time we play Stand-Up Elmore. Of course, that was last year, but believe it or not, the previous time to last year when we went to Millbrook was when you were a quarterback.
Correct.
And
my junior year.
Yeah, and that was an exciting game. I mean, we I don't remember what it was. It was we had fourth down inside of our own 10-yard line, and you scrambled and somehow or another just picked up the first down. And then we kept the drive alive. Completed a pass down the sideline. Seems like to Maurice Jackson.
Maurice Jackson.
And then we ended up tying the ball game,
sending to overtime,
going in overtime, and ended up blocking a
field goal, extra point.
Yeah. So
that's back when Blake was tight end.
Blake actually caught the pass from you to tie the ball game.
Tight end dump.
Yeah. It was unreal though. I think actually, if I'm remembering right, we backed all the way up to like the 3-yard line. We lost yardage to begin with, I want to say, and so it was essentially a 97-yard game-tying drive, and then scored in overtime to take 7-point lead, and then they scored on like the first or second play. So, we're going double overtime, then blocking the extra point. It was just an exciting game.
Yeah, I remember they had a really good running back by the name of Trey Lewis.
Yeah.
That was back there. So
yeah, it almost looked like our undefeated season was going to go by the boards, but we kept maintained it at least for that week, and I think we actually made it all the way. Did not lose, if I remember right, did not lose till Benjamin Russell in the second round of the playoffs. So started 11-0 that year. That's just great. Now Stanhope, it always seems like it's a physical game with them. Like I said, they always have athletes. We normally always have athletes. But what are some keys? Things for us for the casual fan to watch in the game tomorrow night, as far as matchups. I mean, do we have an advantage on the line, on the outside? What would you say?
Well, the main key, we got to know defensive wise. We got to know where forehead is all times. If we can control him, I think our chances are really good. Keeping him under control.
That's the receiver.
That's the receiver, correct. Okay. And just winning the line of scrimmage on both sides, defense and offensive line. So if we do those three things, I think I like our chances, and clean up special teams.
Yeah,
that's a biggie that we got to clean up right there. Special team, it's a third of the game, like I said before, and we really got to clean that up.
Yeah, Coach Dake Rivers had talked about the special teams and how important it was when he was here a couple of weeks ago. It's just unfortunate that ended up being the nemesis at Russell County, and it really was. It was a very even game other than those couple of plays. And so, and when we were talking about that, do you think there was any impact? The special teams were not live in that first contest against Southside, and then they were live against Russell County.
Slightly, but like I said, my kids know because we was telling them during warm-ups, everything is live these 2 quarters. I mean, so they knew that everything was live. But I think, like I said, the break and we didn't go live them first 2 quarters kind of got to them a little bit. And because if you notice on the first punt, everybody slowed down until the coaches started yelling like, "We're live," and then everybody took off sprinting. So both teams, until we had to reiterate it that we was live.
Were they not live in that game against Southside because Southside Summer did not want?
Correct.
Okay.
Southside 7 didn't want to go live, so we agreed to not go live. But us in Russell County wanted to go live. So
well, of course. I mean, you want to have a chance to work on that. When the bullets
I think it
flying.
was good to get that live action coming into this week when the real deal. So they have that live action in game already. So now they know everything from here on out. I mean, we full go.
That's right. We had a question come in, and I'll mention it just so they know we did. But someone said, "Is the big running back still there at Stanhope?" But we already talked about that. He's at Carver. You said.
Yeah. He's not there anymore. From what we heard, he transferred to Carver. He hasn't been on any film, so he supposedly transferred this past summer. So he's been gone. Okay.
All right. And I guess when we've got just a moment, if there's any other questions, have we had any other questions come in? Okay. Is there anything? I mean, we'll know a whole lot more after this week. We head into region play next week. Be the first true road game at Headland. But of course, tomorrow night. Let's talk about it a little bit. It's a 7:00 kickoff as usual. We want a big crowd, obviously. And it's gofan.com. We talked about that, but let's just reiterate for people who maybe not have tuned in last week.
Tickets on GoFan, and actually the link is up now. On our social media and on the Fall City Schools webpage, so you can go get your tickets now. We're expecting a big crowd. Our boys need a big crowd there to cheer them on. And like I said before, we want to pack that stadium out. And I just want to reiterate that the change this year that we will be warming up on the south end zone.
Okay.
So we switching sides
Okay.
this year. We'll be warming up on the south end zone, not
Okay.
the north anymore.
Okay. Well,
And
now
we will come out from the home side gate as you enter the gate, the home crowd. We will come out that way and enter for halftime that way.
Well, now where is the visiting locker room? I guess
The visiting locker room is on the north side. That's one of the main reasons because we don't want both of us going in and out the same gate and halftime and then the beginning of the game.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I like that because, I mean, you know, Tiger Stadium is now 21 years old, I think. I mean, I think this is 21st season. I think we started in 01, I believe. And so, but for the majority of that time, the south end zone was
Correct.
the home team. So that's where we warmed up. So kind of like going back to that. So that's a good thing. And but you also said if someone comes with cash, that's not preferred way, but if somebody
It's not
doesn't
the
have a
preferred way, but if you don't have a smartphone, we will have a cash gate there. But we don't prefer you to use that. We want everyone to use the link on GoFan.
Okay. All right. Well, good deal. Well, we'll step.
Let me ask you a real quick question. The gate on the side, if the visitors are going to be coming in, they're kind of changing it down to that north end zone. I saw where they're parking at the north end zone. The gate that the visitors come in sometimes on the community center side, is that gate still going to be open?
For now, we learned this past week that the community center they're about to start some construction over there. So this game probably be the only game that can come in that way.
Well, that works good. I like the idea, too, of being back on the south end. And there'll be Chick-Fil-A sandwiches tomorrow night.
Correct. Chick-Fil-A sandwiches will be sold at the concession stand. So come get your Chick-Fil-A sandwiches.
Okay. Well, we will step aside for a commercial
I was just
break.
told remind to be reserved seats at the gate also for sale.
Okay.
Yes, and the reserve seats came in today. So today we started passing them out. And if you don't, Mr. Bonner started passing them out today. And tomorrow we'll pass out the rest. So the programs came in today also. So we will be selling programs tomorrow night at the game. So get your programs.
Okay. And all I got to do is look at the schedule, but I'm assuming there's 5 home games and 5 road games this
Correct.
year? Oh, no. We got 9 games left, so 5 home games and 4 road games.
Yes, because we canceled it first.
That's right. That's right. Okay. Well, we will step aside for a commercial break. You'll listen to the Chick-fil-A You Follow Coaches Show, and we'll be back after this timeout.
Hey, Tiger fans. Daniel Pulley here, your local Chick-fil-A You Follow owner-operator. We are so excited to be the official sponsor of the weekly You Follow Tiger Coaches Show for the 2022 football season. Join us for the live show at Chick-fil-A You Follow every Thursday starting at 6 p.m. Our incredible team is ready to serve you. And don't forget, eat more chicken.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Sam Wise in Eufaula today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Somebody cannot come to us, we go to them. It's something that we do on a regular basis, something we don't mind doing, and we work on a contingency basis.
No one has to pay us any money up front.
They do not have to pay us unless we collect for them, unless we are successful in resolving their case through a settlement or through trial.
They don't have to pay us any money unless we get favorable results for them. If you're hurt in a car wreck, call Penn and Seaborn. It won't cost you anything to see if we can help.
No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
Hey, Tiger fans. Daniel Pulley here, your local Chick-fil-A You Follow owner-operator. We are so excited to be the official sponsor of the weekly You Follow Tiger Coaches Show for the 2022 football season. Join us for the live show at Chick-fil-A You Follow every Thursday starting at 6 p.m. Our incredible team is ready to serve you. And don't forget, eat more chicken.
We're back. Coach Jernigan, so tomorrow night, Stanhope Elmore. The starters we saw last week, is it going to be pretty much so that did we see the starting team pretty much on the field?
Yeah, pretty much. For the most part, we've seen the starters who's going to start this week. We haven't really did no major changes and stuff, but I got a couple that I rotate in regularly. 2 plays here, 2 plays here. That's pretty much equal. So we rotate them in and out, and then they both get significant amount of playing time.
Right. And we didn't talk about specific players very much against Southside, but we did say we had 3 touchdown passes, and I thought the air game looked really good. And one thing that really jumped out to me is we've got some height at receiver.
We do. Brown and Anderson played really well for us. He's one player that we can count on, to get open anytime, throw him the ball. And I'm looking for Tron and Tron Mitchell to step up, and I stay on him. I'm hard on him because I know he has the athletic ability in him to do it. So I'm really hard on him. So I'm looking for him to have a good game. And also Lakeviante Pugh, that's our big tight end, 15. Right. He has to get better in the run game blocking. So when we do get ready to throw the ball, it's there. But it all starts with the run game and him blocking.
Well, now, let me ask you a little bit about Lakeviante's size. I've heard he was 6'2", 220. On the roster, I think I saw him at 6'1", 190. He looks a little bigger than 190, I must say.
He is bigger than 190. It's a funny story. Before pregame, he came down to me and said, "Coach, I need a new jersey." He said, "This one tight. I can't breathe." So he is bigger than 190, I can tell you that.
Okay. Well, I knew from looking at him when he caught that first pass, he was lumbering down the field, and I got looking at the roster. I said, "Hey, he's bigger than 190. There's no way." So he is a tight end then. I mean, because it looked like he was kind of a H-back type deal. He was off the line of scrimmage quite a bit.
He's a guy that he's the key to our offense because we can bring him down, put him in 3-point stance tight end, and we can also stand him up. And he runs routes like a receiver.
Right.
So he's the key where you can't really game plan for us. You can't really mix and match for us because we can bring him in, put him down at tight end. He can block, he can down block, he can pull. Then I can stand him up. He can run hitch routes, corner, goals. So he's the key, him and Copeland Cotton. Copeland Cotton is the other big key, and he played really good the first game.
Yeah, I thought he did.
And he had control of that offense. He knew when to pull it, when to throw the bubble, when to give it. So I mean, him and Pugh really, they get our offense going besides our O-line. When our offense line is mashing and our run game going, we're really good.
That's great. And we already talked about defensively, the key is to clamp down on the wide receiver. So, and you said the player that committed to Liberty, he's a lineman?
Yeah, he's a D lineman.
Okay. So obviously the offensive line is going to be keying on him, I suppose.
Oh yeah, most definitely. And like I said, offensive line blocked their tails off last week. And also I could mention my running backs too. They stepped up and picked up some blitzes and stuck their nose in there because I'm always on them by stepping up, picking up blitzes. So
well, that's great.
They gave Copeland a lot of time to sit back there and throw the ball and make a decision with the ball.
Well, that's great. And of course, this week last year was a great win. You follow a huge upset over Central. One of the few times they ever lose a game against a smaller classification school. And so the task maybe not quite as great as the Central coming in here, but that was an outstanding game last year against Central. We'll just take one similar to that tomorrow night.
Yes, sir. I'll take it all day.
That's right. So anything else you'd like to share before we go?
Just come out tomorrow night, support the boys, support the Tigers, and cheers on to a great big victory.
Oh, I'm sorry, we got one more question I had overlooked. Okay, yeah, we've got so we do have one more segment. We're going to have be joined by the president of the Booster Club, but we're going to let Jarrell go here. There's a tradition. We will mention the tradition. There's a tradition which is a pregame before the first home. I guess the first game of the season every year. There's a group of former players and boosters that have a senior
football, and kind of like could just get together we kick off this season with the seniors and talk tradition and they wish us well on a good season. So
believe it or not, that goes all the way back to when I played. And I guess Charles is nodding his head over there. It went all the way back to when he played, and he's just a few years older than I am. And so this is a long-standing tradition here in Eufaula, and it's a great thing. And I'm glad to see some of the guys continuing that on. So we wish you all the best tomorrow night, Jarrell.
Thanks, sir.
And, we'll be there cheering you on, and stick around. We'll be back with more of the Chick-Fil-A of Eufaula Coaches Show after this commercial break.
Hey, Tiger fans, Daniel Pulley here, your local Chick-fil-A Eufaula owner-operator. We are so excited to be the official sponsor of the weekly Eufaula Tiger Coaches Show for the 2022 football season. Join us for the live show at Chick-fil-A Eufaula every Thursday starting at 6 p.m. Our incredible team is ready to serve you. And don't forget, eat more chicken.
Benny Whitehead Incorporated has called Eufaula home since 1965. Today, the family-owned business owns and operates 119 tractors and trailers and employs over 150 people. Benny Whitehead is nationally known as a leader in safety and keeping the air clean and fuel consumption low. Benny Whitehead Incorporated loves Eufaula and would like to wish Lakeside and Eufaula safe and successful seasons.
When it's football time, we at First Franklin Financial are big fans of our local teams, just like you. We've been part of the community for over 75 years, and when you need money for repairs or emergencies, we'll help you play offense. We offer fixed-rate loans up to $15,000 with easy payment plans and fast approvals. Visit 1ffc.com to find the location near you. Legal, all loan terms and applicable APRs depend on meeting our underwriting and income criteria for the loan size requested and may require collateral. Georgia Residential Mortgage License number 5656.
Carrier asks, what does comfort mean to you? Is it a cool lake breeze on a hot summer day or by a warm fire on a cold night? Make every room in the house as inviting as the next. Also, make the air fresh and clean for everyone and keep humidity where it belongs. At Carrier, comfort means more than just the temperature. Contact Brown Heating and Air Condition, 714 South Eufaula Avenue, 334-687-5244.
And we're back, the Chick-fil-A of Eufaula Coaches Show, here live from Chick-fil-A. And I'm joined with Jimmy Simmons, the current president of the Eufaula High Quarterback Club.
Yes, that's what we are now. We're not the booster club, we're the quarterback club. So.
Okay. So a lot happening. I'm sure it's a busy time in your life. I've sat in your shoes, or I've walked in your shoes. I've sat in your seat, and a lot going on. I mean, first game, you got the concessions, you got reserved seats you're trying to get worked out. You got football programs. You got everything going on right now. Let's just talk a little bit about it. Of course, one thing is I know y'all be serving the Chick-fil-A sandwiches in the concession stand again this year.
Yeah, we're going to have the Chick-fil-A sandwiches this year. They're going to be $6, and we'll put together a combo meal price, too, where you can get fries and a drink, a Chick-fil-A sandwich. We're going to have our normal menu that we've always had. We're just adding the Chick-fil-A sandwich. And also, we're accepting some groups. If there's a group out there that may want to work the concession stand, please reach out to me, and we can try to get you worked in there. So.
Okay. Well, yeah, I knew that was kind of a normal thing, and that's great. This, some groups that will help you guys out, helps them out. I know y'all make a donation to it. Like I know sometimes a church youth group or something does it. It gives, because, like yourself, you got someone playing. Most of the people that are in the quarterback club have a child playing sports, playing football, and you hate to be in the concession stand and miss the opportunity to see your child play. So
yeah, that's right.
It works out, and it helps both of you out. So where are we at? Are there still reserved seats available?
Yes, we do have some reserve seats available, and right now, if you know him personally, you can contact Mr. Jim Bonner. He's the one that's heading it up, and you can contact him personal. If not, they will be for sale at the game, and they'll be for sale at the gate, and it'll be $50, and that'll be the rest of the season. That'll be reserved seats for the rest of the season until we sell all of them. I don't think we're sold out yet, but I know we're pretty close. So you need to go ahead and make that decision and bring your money, and because we're pushing it very hard. So
okay,
and it's the best deal going. I'm telling you, you don't have to worry about people climbing over you and spilling cokes on you and all that. And the reserve seating is the best deal going.
So. Yeah, well, so that's $50 for the season.
That's right.
So so that's not bad at all. It's 5 home games. That's $10 a game. So,
that's right.
So not bad at all. So, and I guess the football programs are in, I'm assuming?
Yes, they're in. This is going to be one of the first years since since COVID and the pandemic. This is one of the first years that we've actually had everything in. They'll be available for sale at the gate. They look good. They're here. It's just it's amazing what the Booster Club's been able to pull off in such a short time. We started working on the programs in the middle of July and actually pulled it all together. We had a couple of people. I'd like to mention Miss Kim Lawson and Galen Cody and a couple of other people. They just really did a lot of the footwork and the leg work and going and doing and taking and all those things, emailing, and they did the bulk of the work. They shouldered most of the work. So I want to say a big thank you to them. Again, Miss Kim Lawson and Galen Cody for all the work they did. And they're the ones that ultimately really helped us make this a success. So they are available. They're going to be at the gate. And we look forward to seeing everybody come out and enjoy the first home game. So
that's right. Hopefully we'll have good weather. I haven't looked at the forecast. We've been in a pattern of late afternoon showers here lately, and I understand there was a pretty hard shower yesterday. Coach Jernigan mentioned that they messed up their handiwork painting the field. They had to redo it today. It's one reason he was a little late getting here, and we were a little late going on the air. But anyway, you mentioned several key members of the Booster Club, and normally it's just a core group. But how many active members do you have in the quarterback club?
Man, this year we're really lucky. This year we picked up several members, and it's all different classes. It's all different kids, parents, it's seniors all the way down to freshmen. We've got about 25 people that are actively involved this year in the Booster Club, but that's still not enough for what we want to do. And if you're interested, we're going to start setting up regular meetings and having our regular meetings so you can come out, and it's open air. You can come out, even if you're not part of the Booster Club, you can come out and hear what we got going on and what we're working towards. There's some exciting things coming up in Eufaula football. We've got there's some rumors of some stuff that I can't really say, but we got some sky boxes that may be available that we're going to work on. We got some golf tournaments, some other stuff. We're looking at doing some field goal kicking contests, maybe at the end of halftime, just some different stuff like that for the game play experience. Just really want to make things exciting, really want to make things fun for people to come out and enjoy. I don't want to take away anything from the football game, obviously, but we also want to have a good time and enjoy football again.
Now, you may have mentioned it, but if you did, I missed it. Now, when is the regular meeting? Do y'all have a weekly meeting, bi-weekly meeting? When does the quarterback club meet?
Right now, we've been meeting monthly, and I guess it's a pattern that we got into with the pandemic is we do a lot by email, and that's just because nobody really wanted to be hemmed up in a room. But now that all that stuff's easing up, we're going to start probably meeting once a month. The Booster Club will meet once a month, and we'll just discuss. And I say Booster Club again, it's quarterback club. It's just about the football. This is just a football Booster Club. So we'll meet and discuss the future and which way we're driving and what we're trying to do, some things we're trying to accomplish, some goals that we want to get to. We have some stadium upgrades we want to do. We have some different things that we want to do, but obviously we can't do that without money.
Well, sure. So monthly meeting. Where do you meet? When do you meet?
We meet at Eufaula High School at 6 o'clock, and I don't have the exact date. I'll have to get you the date, and we'll have it by next Thursday. We can talk about it next Thursday, but I'll get the next scheduled meeting out there for everybody. It'll be in September. So far it has. It's just been lucky it fell this way. It was the second weekend. The second Thursday of the month in July and August, so we'll have to figure it out this time with the coaches show. We obviously don't want to try to compete with that and all the different things we have going on. So we may move it to a Tuesday, but I'll have to clear all that. I can't say a whole lot about that, but I'll have to clear it all, and then we'll announce it.
Okay, sounds good. And you can get that information to us, and we'll pass it along to everyone that are listening to the game on Friday nights or on the coaches show next week. So
yeah.
All right, well, that sounds good. Anything else you'd like to share? Anything that people need to know as they come out to the game tomorrow night?
No, just the big thing is there's, like you said, there's a chance of rain, and so bring your umbrella or a rain jacket. But other than that, just come on, bring your appetite, and bring your money and have a good time. Just come to the concession stand, buy something to eat or drink, because all the money that we raise goes right back to the boys. It doesn't go to anybody. This is strictly a volunteer organization, and you just come out, buy you a Chick-Fil-A sandwich or 10, and just come on out and enjoy yourself. Have a good time.
Well, now, I thought of one more thing as we're talking about. Now, the way it was in the past, I don't know now, but I know the quarterback club concession stand is on the south end zone. Is that right? Okay.
Yes. And then the band will be in the north end zone again. So
okay,
we're doing that. That's their fundraiser, and then ours is that end.
Okay.
Oh yeah, something new this year, Keith. Something new. Doug just reminded me is we are actually accepting credit cards now and debit cards this year in our concession stand on our end. I have no idea what the band's doing, so I don't know either way, but I know in our end we've actually got card readers now, and we'll be able to accept debit cards also. So that's a big change from the past. It's always been a cash transaction, so now we have the ability to do that.
Moving on up.
That's
Technology,
right.
I guess.
That's right.
I tell you what. It is interesting now that you don't buy a ticket and walk to the ticket window with a ticket. You buy it online. It's on your smartphone. So
yeah, that's always something fun was buying a ticket, and then you go to the gate and they tear your ticket, and you get to keep them for memorabilia. And now I guess you'll have to keep your smartphone picture or something. Take a screenshot.
You have to screenshot it and print it maybe
for your Go fan.
That's right. That's right. Well, Jimmy, we appreciate you joining us tonight, and look forward to a good season. I know you're looking forward to it too, and hopefully we'll have some more people come out and help you get things done for the future.
Yeah, thank you. And just remember, come on out, get loud Friday night. Last year, Stanhope had a big student section. They had a big fan section. They were loud. It was a fun game for the boys to play in, so we kind of want to replicate that atmosphere for them down here, make it hard for them to play. Just come out, have fun, get loud, and enjoy the football. And as always, go Tigers.
That's right. Go Tigers. We'll step aside. You're listening to the Chick-fil-A of Eufaula Coaches Show. We'll be back after this break.
Hey, Tiger fans. Daniel Pulley here, your local Chick-fil-A Eufaula owner-operator. We are so excited to be the official sponsor of the weekly Eufaula Tiger Coaches Show for the 2022 football season. Join us for the live show at Chick-fil-A Eufaula every Thursday starting at 6 p.m. Our incredible team is ready to serve you. And don't forget, eat more chicken.
In life, some things just go together, like a burger and fries. And home and auto insurance from State Farm. Combine and save.
Call State Farm agent Sam Wise in Eufaula today.
APEC Metal Express, offering quality service and guaranteeing to have the right parts and supplies. When you consider buying a roof or pole barn at other places, you make your decision based on a tiny sample. The warehouse at APEC Metal Express has an actual pole barn set up to give you a better idea of what yours will look like. This level of service is one of the things that sets them apart. APEC Metal Express, residential roofing, siding, trim, and in-stock pole barn kits with 16 colors in stock. 985 Technology Drive in Dothan, or call 699-5972.
In sports, the goal is to be the best. The same is true for Alpha Insurance. We work to make every quote, claim, or call a highlight. That's why customers consistently give Alpha high marks for service. Call Alpha and let us help you save on home, car, and life insurance. In Eufaula, call Alpha agents Keith or Brooke Bryan at 334-687-8268 or stop by our office at 1326A South Eufaula Avenue.
The family at Impressive Collision Center has been in business since 1940.
That's impressive.
Your transportation is one of the largest investments you have, so keep it looking new at Impressive. From a major crash to a small dent, Impressive can help.
Now, impressive.
They work closely with all insurance companies and give you a great price on your minor mishaps.
Wow, impressive.
And don't forget to check out all the accessories from install winches, brush guards, and bed covers.
Impressive. Give them a call. Impressive Collision Center, 317 South Eufaula Avenue, 334-687-4400.
And we're back with the Chick-fil-A of Eufaula Coaches Show here at Chick-fil-A. I'm joined by the Mr. Chicken himself, Daniel, and we appreciate you opening up the restaurant and allowing us to do that tonight.
Yeah, this is my pleasure. I get really excited for football season. It's always been a big part of my life, and
right.
To be able to partner with the Tigers this year is really exciting, and then hopefully in future years too. So
that's right.
We'll have you guys as long as you want to keep coming out.
That's right. Well, we appreciate it. We've done a coaches show normally on Friday morning. It's just a bigger event, having it at a restaurant in the evening before. So it's great, and we appreciate you. Not only opening it up, but sponsoring the show. So we do appreciate that. And of course, we're going to talk a little football with Daniel. He's a football guy himself. He played college football. And I did not know that till you told me about the big upset victory over University of Virginia your senior year.
Coming up on the anniversary of that. It was a big night.
Yeah. So now, was that the first ever?
So William and Mary and UVA played for years, and so I mean it wasn't the first time, but it was.
The first time that William and Mary had defeated UVA.
Oh no, they had beaten them before.
Okay.
It was just as college football evolved. And you had your FBS and your FCS. It was the first time that we had beaten them. I think the last prior to that was '86 was the last time that we beat them, and that was 2009 was my senior year. And so it was a big thing in the history of our program and stuff like that. So it was, but we had a really good team.
It's huge because I'm trying to think of something that would be comparable to it because it's an in-state school playing. The flagship school of the state.
Yeah, you think about like Jacksonville State going and beating Alabama,
right?
And not quite, because UVA was not nationally ranked,
right? but that is it's in that category. So that's a really big deal. So interesting. Well, now have you had an opportunity? I know that of course last week we were on the road. It was a jamboree, but have you had a chance to make it out to Tiger Stadium yet?
So, I've been to the stadium, have not been able to catch a game, though. When my wife and I moved down here last year, I immediately went into my training for becoming an operator, and by the time that had finished up, the season had finished up, so just never really got the chance to do that because it was a whirlwind this time last year. But, yeah, it's been an amazing year. It's been a blessing. I actually coming up on the 1-year anniversary of actually being selected for this restaurant.
Okay.
And so had been here several times and prayed over this location, and Chick-Fil-A saw fit to select me, and that was August 31st of last year. So that was a big day for me. And
August 31st.
A date I will never forget.
That was my grandson's 5-year-old birthday.
There you go.
How about that? He's got a birthday coming up. But anyway, so hopefully you have a chance to make it out to one this year. Of course, tomorrow night will be a great game. We got another one coming up. We got the defending 5A state champion coming in a couple of weeks, Pike Road. So there's some good games still coming up on the schedule here at home. So hopefully you'll have a chance to do that. And, of course, Jimmy mentioned it, the Chick-fil-A sandwiches in the concession stand this year. I'm sure that's going to be a welcome addition for all the faithful that come to the games.
Yeah, so if I can't watch the games and be at the games, I at least want to feed you guys. So that's
right.
the goal is to get over there and sell as many sandwiches as we can. So come on over to that south end zone, and we're going to get yourself a fresh, hot, delicious Chick-fil-A sandwich because, we got a great team here, and they're going to make them right for the Tigers and the Tiger fans. So.
Well, that's great. Well, that's good. And just real quick, when we're talking this broadcast, everyone who's accustomed to listening to it on You Follow Tiger Football Broadcast on Facebook, there will also be a channel on YouTube. You Follow Tiger Football Broadcast on YouTube. And, of course, everything will be archived there from week to week if you want to go back and watch it. So just wanted to make mention of that. Another thing we wanted to mention, Daniel, you talked about praying over the location. Faith is important. I know it's important, the whole history of Chick-fil-A, going back to Truett Cathy. And something we wanted to mention tonight, if people at 9 o'clock, of course, we're going to sign off around 7 tonight, a couple of hours from now, check the page. There'll be something on there about one of the players' parents is in the hospital. Basically going to have a prayer vigil or have everyone join together, and they're going to put the information on the page at 9 o'clock tonight. We're not at liberty to share all that information at this point, but check the page at 9 o'clock tonight. The name and specific information will be there at that time. And I'm not sure Doug's off camera, but is it wear red tomorrow night?
That's what it's looking like. Hopefully we'll have that information by 9 o'clock. And there is one more thing I'd like to add. It popped up on here earlier. When I put something about the game on there tomorrow, it always floods our pages. You'll see these people come on there, and they'll say that you can watch or listen to the game through these web pages. That is a big problem with Alabama High School Athletic Association right now. The only way you can watch it is NFHS. The only way you can listen to it is through us, or if, like Stanhope was to bring a radio station or something, which I don't think they are. But when those places put those on there, we usually delete them pretty quick. Do not click on those. Do not go to those because they're after your credit card, or it is a scam when you click on it. I don't know. about how social media is when you click on the wrong website. So ignore those. We'll take them off as quick as possible. It's got to be a problem. You think Facebook had it off, but they don't. But it pops up on our comments here sometimes and on Facebook. Please just ignore those.
Okay, well, good. Well, Daniel, anything else? Any happenings going on? Anything we need to know about the local Chick-fil-A?
No, just come see us. We're staffed up, ready to serve. And if any ads do pop up on Facebook saying "eat more chicken," those are real. So definitely follow those.
Well, that's all right. Well, just real quick, I mentioned Truett Cathy earlier, but he came and spoke at a Chamber of Commerce annual dinner probably 25 years ago. Here in Eufaula.
Wow,
out at Lake Point. I was in attendance at that day. And, of course, they asked him about a location for Eufaula. He said, well, it's always, anything's possible. And, of course, a smaller market, but we're very thankful. Everyone's very thankful to see you guys here.
Well, and I'm thankful to be here. I mean, my wife and I, we have just fallen in love with this community and this opportunity. And we want to grow it, and we want to be a part of this community and partner with the high schools and partner with any other organizations. So if anybody out there is listening and wants to partner, you let us know. We'd be happy to do that.
Okay, sounds good. Well, Daniel, we appreciate you joining us.
Yeah, Keith,
appreciate
thank you for having me. Yeah, absolutely. Come see us Thursday nights live. We got all these tables ready for you.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. We haven't had a great in-person attendance. We had pretty good the first week because we had the cheerleaders, we had Eufy and some others. It's been a little off the last couple of weeks, but hopefully we'll build some momentum. Probably a lot of people still don't know that we're doing it, but hopefully we'll build as the season rolls on.
Let's hope so. Yeah, we got it on our sign out there too. So
all right,
take a look at our sign.
Well, sounds good. Well, we appreciate you joining us. We will be back tomorrow night. Pregame show 6:45.
Go Tigers.
Kickoff at 7:00 from Tiger Stadium. For Charles Irvin, Doug Applin, Jim Bonner, Daniel Pulley, I'm Keith Bryan, wishing a good night and a great weekend. Go Tigers.
Hey, Tiger fans. Daniel Pulley here, your local Chick-fil-A Eufaula owner-operator. We are so excited to be the official sponsor of the weekly Eufaula Tiger Coaches Show for the 2022 football season. Join us for the live show at Chick-fil-A Eufaula every Thursday starting at 6 p.m. Our incredible team is ready to serve you. And don't forget, eat more chicken.